Greetings, friends. It's Coleraine or Coleraine Tarot here on YouTube. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm so grateful to be doing this reading for you. If you are ready and synchronized to yourself and into the reading, this is group 1 with the fluorite, the rainbow fluorite. Group 2 with the unakite. And group 3 with the amber. I'll see you in your group. Greetings, group 1. If you selected this first mineral, the rainbow fluorite with the quote, "When the root is strong, the fruit is sweet," by Bob Marley. This is your reading, and you can already tell I have my window open, so hopefully there's not too much road noise or anything, but the weather today is just palpable. The energy is too, and it's one that causes you to slow down and to persevere, at least in my opinion. And we're in a full moon in Virgo when I'm filming this, so there is a meticulous energy and an energy of surrender that's involved with this time, and it's storming where I live, and right now it's actually letting up the storm, but it's getting quite windy. It was just hailing. There's just a lot of energy, but I'm feeling like it's relevant for your group because there's something about the environment where you're rooted, kind of like that function of the material reality. Care is involved in this group. You have the 3 of coins, secret garden with the sacred space, cultivate your space, inner beauty and self-care, and then memory and the death mother. Something that your spirit guides love about you is that you are very attentive. You have a really clear memory of the important things in life. You're maybe somebody who remembers people's birthdays, their favorite foods, things that they told you about themselves. Like, you're somebody who really keeps track of important moments and important things. And also, this may extend beyond into things that spirit wants you to keep track of, to nurture and develop with your time and attention, with the 3 of coins too. And I think there's something here that's like fierce and unapologetic about the way that you go about life. And I wonder if you're watching this at the time that I post it, I wonder if this full moon with this eclipse is really setting in motion a period where you are stepping into kind of claiming your embodied power. And the way I'm seeing this is like, maybe you've been embodying like a spiritual power or a mental power, or something that's not as tangible. But what your guides are saying is that right now is a really powerful time of like physically embracing. When the root is strong, the fruit is sweet. Like bringing something into the core of how you're physically living and experiencing life. With the secret garden, sacred space, cultivate your space, inner beauty and self-care. I'm also seeing that there's a link between these 2 cards where I'm seeing this person, they're, playing a drum, and the pentacle drums are also being held by these other beings. It almost looks like they're being protected, and I feel like there's a certain protection that this person is like calling or cultivating and creating with the bells and everything too. It's like a very like sound cleansing kind of energy to me. And like I can imagine that they're in this like ritual space, held in this energy like a sacred circle, and the secret garden is giving that same energy. I feel like you provide this for others as well. because of the energy of like cultivating space. I don't know how to describe it more. There's a lot of like earth energy in this group. This is earth and water. With memory too, memory exists within the mind, but it is spurred and crystallized in the physical form when we're interacting with the physical form. There's even a flame on here and a feather and the third eye. Again, it's like somebody who's in a ritual setting. Your guides are wanting you to cultivate this like mind-body connection through focus, through remembering. Sometimes things get coded into our mental landscape through practice, through continued focus and preservation of a thought, so that you're absorbed in it on a deathless level with the Death Mother. This is like going deep into the psychology of your journey. I feel like you help and extend a lot of support and care to others as well. And your spirit guides are saying if you're feeling drained or if you are like a literal mother in some ways, that it is time to take this sacred space for yourself to help you to bring into your memory these maybe reasons for why you are doing what you do. Death Mother, the impermanence of the movement of time and how time is like limitless but also infinite. And if you don't take the time to do something within sorry, I'm trying to think how they're trying to show me this. Like, let's say if you have like 3 hours to do a task, if you don't take 5 minutes at the beginning to get your bearings, to, you know, assess the situation with all the tools that you have, you won't be able to do the procedure within the time that you have allotted. I feel like a lot of this is having to do with like achieving goals for you, being able to make time to put in the service that you want to put in, to schedule yourself properly, and to also feel fulfilled within that process of service. Because we only have so much time is kind of this energy. With the Death Mother and the memory and like how certain cycles have been playing out. I feel that, inner beauty, self-care. I'm going to see what the other cards say before I move on. Wisdom, purposeful. I'm going to move this up. And the spider. A lot of you have a kind of an old woman guide because spider is making me think of Spider Woman, and even the Death Mother is very much tied to this, and it's resting on top of it, creative projects. The boost message that your guides have is that your dedication, your devotion to giving and receiving is helping you to manifest internal shifts and external shifts at the same time. The spider also creates something that works for them rather than something that they're working for. The spider weaves the web, that's the period that they're working for the project. But then once the web is up, it catches things kind of automatically. There's a sense of it balancing within the ecosystem, with making minimal harm. It's like getting the extras kind of an energy. This guide may pull you into states of I'm hearing philosophy because there's like a questioning of self that's been occurring. And that's why the death mother energy is here. I think too with this ego death, and also maybe like a consuming, there's something about consumption here where it's like this energy of knowing self has been all consuming. And that's why there's a sense of embodying the experience that's emerging. Purposeful. This is leading you to feeling more purposeful in the physical realm, to feeling illuminated. Like the path is out and open before you, clear and guided by the heart, with this kind of cloud of green pulling forward from the chest space. It's like mind, body, and spirit unite for an intentional purpose, from a place of wisdom, from a place of rest, from a place of having grounded into this sacred space, grounded into the experience of being the self, being the channel for the higher self, for the soul, however you want to see this like larger concept of self. There's like a big awakening and a big change that's been emerging within this group. And I feel like your guides are really grateful that you've still been wanting to translate what you've been doing for yourself into something that you want to share and give to others as well. And there's a wisdom in that. And I think like something that will help with this is by like writing things down, because the memory and the web are important too, like documenting things. And helping to archive certain truths at this time is going to help to bring you some purpose as well. Distributing information in these sacred spaces where, you know, there's not judgment or censoring. Because I think like the Death Mother asks us about our legacy, what we've created, what we're leaving behind to, you know, kind of function. It's like the web is a system, the thing that self-sustains. And having a good memory helps you to remember properly so you don't repeat harmful patterns. So that's all I'm seeing for you, my beautiful group 1. Consider working with the rainbow fluorite too. I feel like your guides are wanting me to highlight that as I'm sending you off. If you are interested in a personal reading, I'd love to connect with you at my website below. Otherwise, I will see you in another reading, my friend. Bye. Greetings, my lovely group 2. If you selected this Untitled tumble, this is your reading. I've never seen this before, but I'm seeing like a butterfly shape in this stone. It's like a peach butterfly. So there may be something within you that's kind of coming to life, reawakening. It says, you find beauty in ordinary things. Do not lose this ability. Unakite is a like soulmate stone, and it's a stone of connecting us to our deeper essence and our truth and our experience within our reality. It's very nice and grounding that way. And you have here the King of Coins, the Magician, the Diamond Ray, Diamond Light Body, high frequency activations and planetary grid work with an air element signature, and the White Owl. Your spirit guides want to congratulate you on how you are able to put your action into motion, and your belief behind these actions. Keep them pure, with high frequency activations of planetary grid work and the White Owl. It's like you're able to maintain a sense of the truth in a situation, and dig deep in order to find and activate that truth and allow that truth to become light. The thing about the diamond, we think of it as being able to refract light, but the way in which it's formed is deep in darkness and pressure. And so there's something about like bringing something from the depths forward. Even planetary grid work is like thinking about the location of place, and the depth at which is held beneath that place, the shared energy, the unconscious energy within a space. And the magician is all about bringing the subconscious desires into conscious manifestation. Even the white owl, like if we think about it in pop culture reference, it's connected to like Harry Potter's awakening to his own identity as a magician, as one who wields power and can influence the structure of reality through a diamond light body. I feel like your spirit guides are really proud of you in the sense that you can also recognize the beauty in those around you and encourage it to find a role that suits the best way to showcase that quality, that trait, something in that person. So some of you may be like in positions of management or in positions where you're having to identify qualities in others and how they might work with other individuals as well, or might not work with other individuals. Like seeing somebody, maybe as a really good independent worker, or somebody else who works better in groups, collaborating, putting the person who works independently on a certain project that may benefit the work that the others collaborating are working with. I'm just seeing I know that's kind of a tangent, but I'm seeing you like bringing people into spaces where they can thrive, and to the best of their own unique abilities as well. And I think there's something here to be said about your ability to make decisions in your life, though. I think like this is an underrated good quality that you have, is like good decision making. And even if you do make a decision, like committing to the decision, even if there's doubt. I think too, this group is really good at accepting and asking for help when help is needed. Because in this magician card, this is like Cinderella's godmother who comes in to offer support when she's kind of at her lowest and there's no other option to turn to besides the spiritual. And I feel like a lot of you have been through those situations and you have turned to spirit or turned to other people in your life. And your spirit guides are saying that this is actually doing healing on like a communal level and in a way that's unseen. With the King of Coins, I barely touched on this card, but it has this like energy to it that's describing you as in that steadfastness, that devotedness, that commitment to what you start. I feel like a lot of you have a desire for longevity in your life, like you're wanting to set down a sense of security and stability in your life, like establish that. And I feel like your guides, because I was just seeing this like singularness, like the one of the magician and the singularness of this tree, like the line imagery of like the wand. There's something about like direction. You're once you decide on something, like you're very stubborn about it. And I think too, if you're struggling with like committing to something, your guides want to help you with it. I'm really being called to the guidebook for the white owl, so we're gonna look at that really quick and then look at the rest of your cards. As well, that light color, there's white mice and the white owl too, which actually this would be the prey of this predator. And they hunt by night. The white, I don't know what the white is. newness. I don't know. Rarity too, because oftentimes seeing white animals is like kind of an interesting gene mutation. So let's see. The white owl has been a recurring symbol spanning thousands of years. Their white color is often associated with purity and youthfulness. Yeah, so newness. The white owl embodies all species of owls' traits and readings, knowledge, wisdom, and exceptional insight. They have extraordinary long-range vision for hunting prey. This ability to see through the distance and time gives the reader a clear insight into what actions are needed when a message is delivered. Yes, so this is about like taking decision making, being able to like really put your actions into practice. In the Dreamscape Oracle, owls are messengers who carry critical communications in and out of the portals. Time to undertake a new spiritual pursuit, ponder the cycle of life and death. I think too, if you've been wanting to like make a commitment in your life with somebody, or because some of you, I'm seeing this having to do with like relationships and like how you affect and co-create with others. If you're wanting to like make a commitment around something, this is definitely a good time to like make your intentions known, even if it's just subconsciously, privately, to the universe at large. There is a message that's going to be delivered. And I think it's interesting that I did bring up like the Harry Potter thing. It's like your own personal magic is really being heightened so that you can set forth your will and create powerful change that's going to kind of burst forth. So let's see your final messages. We have letting go and white light. So there is something about white light, the color white, that is coming forward, even in this Diamond Ray card and the white owl. Bringing through a cleansing white light through, doing white light meditation, something like that, where you are allowing yourself to let go of some of this old energy, be cleansed, release yourself of the kind of like muck that sometimes can impede on our ability to find the simple things, to enjoy the simple things. I feel like that's part of a commitment too, is like allowing yourself to be secure, and sometimes that can come off as like being like boring in a way, but that's not true. That's like a distortion of it. And I feel like a white light can help you to ground into your decisions, your truth, accept things as they are, and allow you to move forward with positivity and with a unified perspective within yourself, and also with acceptance for the folks around you and how they want to meet you, where they're at too, like kind of that subjective truth that we receive from others. So, and I think also this white light is also going to help you discern between your energy and another person's energy, which I think is another thing that your spirit guides, they really appreciate that you take the time to do this consistently, like discerning what is your truth, trying to maintain a sense of self, return to a positive sense of self. And if you haven't been doing this is something that I think that they're encouraging you to do, because this like long-term relationship with yourself, the turtle carries their own home on their back. This is going to help you really with your decision making. I'm seeing this tree almost has like an antenna on this turtle, like give you like a good system for sensing, like bringing in information and knowing how to trust it wherever you are in the world, because some of you may be like traveling soon, and I'm seeing like the white light meditation might be helpful for like releasing energy that you pick up while you're on the road, while you're moving, especially with this planetary grid work card coming forward. And so it's just time to be moving forward, letting go. and releasing, because you're going to soon receive some messages that are indicating your manifestations and what you've been intending to do through your action and intention. So that is all I'm seeing for you, my beautiful group 2. If you are interested in a personal service, whether through reading or Reiki healing, that is at my website below. Otherwise, I will see you in another reading, my beautiful friend. I'm so grateful to you and your guides for this reading. Bye. Greetings, group 3. If you selected this amber palm stone form, because it's not even a stone, but it's in that shape, then this is your reading. Some little boost messages, connection to your spirit guides today. And the quote that you have here is, "The universe is within you, bright and beautiful." So this is a reminder that everything that exists in the universe is within you, that you are a reflection of the manifested universe. Anything you find beautiful outside of yourself is the beauty that you have found within you, yet just maybe not recognized. And anything that you find ugly in the world is also something that resides within you to have compassion for, space, and to either set, boundaries with, or to heal and reflect and integrate. So there is a lot of stuff that's going on within you right now, and I'm excited to get into it. I'm just going to start laying cards in an intuitive order and start out your reading. So I think you have less cards than the other group, but that's okay. This amber is, I always think of the energy of this as preservation, being grounded within the earth, understanding the rhythms of the earth, the memory within the earth, and also calling on protection and the kind of communal spirit of the trees and the portals and doorways that they open to communication. Because amber does come from the trees, and there's just something healing about it. It's almost like honey, the amber. And in particular, this one also reminds me of generosity, because I was gifted this piece from a beautiful soul who is a great healer. You have the raven coming out twice, and this deck does have ravens in it, but it also has other bird spirit guides, and in the other groups there were other bird spirit guides highlighted, but it's interesting that in this group in particular we have this synchronicity of the raven, so it's definitely here for you, is what my justification is for. And I wonder if sometimes you've been maybe doubting your spiritual guidance or the symbolism that's coming through, like kind of wondering if it's just like a motif in your life. But I feel like the raven is coming through to represent an aspect of yourself that's more consistent. Focus, you have twice. Wow. Focus. Create with intent and focus on the... And it's interesting that the raven drew my attention before this double focus. So we have a lot of doubling up. Your spirit guides are wanting you to focus on yourself, on investing in your future, on investing in your well-being, in investing in connecting with yourself, in indulging in exploring your pleasures, what kind of relationships you want to be in. There's a lot of focus that's being asked of you to be brought forward. And I feel like this focus is coming forward as this offering, this invitation for the raven that may be a representation of this like shadow self, the self that's seeing the truth of a situation, that's trying to gather your attention to this thing, but it may be uncomfortable to sit with placing the attention on this thing to heal, to preserve this experience, to integrate the awareness of this experience. But the white rose is a symbol of like purifying the experience, or the innocence of the experience, the acceptance, the compassion of the experience. And the crystal grid can help with having compassion for self, focus and creating with intent with all the elemental signatures, bringing everything into balance. The raven also sacrifices themselves in a certain Native American myth. I'm not remembering the specific tribal affiliation, but I will look it up. I'm thinking it might be Hopi, but I don't want to misquote, so I'll put in the description for you. But the raven sacrifices themselves to bring fire to humanity, kind of in a Prometheus type role. And so there's this aspect of desire, passion, even like anger and emotional intensity that this raven is trying to awaken you to within the intuition. And I feel like the crystal grid is a physical manifestation of the co-creation with spirit, of the offering that you might make. Even in this crystal grid, they've included flowers and plant life, so it doesn't just have to be one material. And it's a meditative practice to lay this out and to put your intention into each object or each item that's being brought together, each ally that's coordinating in this energy. The Nine of Wands shows that your spirit guides are really proud of you for facing your fears. We have here the Baba Yaga like chicken home in the background, and there's like a fence of burning skull staffs, the wands, that are even flowering at the base, kind of acting as a fence or a barrier between this person who's clasping a doll. They look frightened in some way, and they're like, they have their hands at the heart. So it's like your heart has been telling you something, and you've been kind of shielded by the intensity, shielded by the awareness, the illumination, but this dark thing is still running. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is a metaphor of like home, family, like love, stability. The chicken is both bold and courageous, as well as being somewhat unpredictable, and there can be like pecking order involved. So there's something about like your safety, and the Nine of Wands can be like a card of perseverance and endurance. Yeah, and I feel like there's something here where your spirit guides want to really give you some kudos for what you have been enduring, but remind you that you don't have to keep simply enduring. Through focus and through intention, you can change the situation that you're in. And like the raven, you can see beyond, like see into the darkness of a situation without being afraid. Ravens are really intelligent and they have a really strong memory, but they still take the time, like with the crystal grid, to like bring in these shiny things, you know, recognize the value of beauty in their life, and the value of pleasure and enjoyment. So I feel like, yeah, I really want to see actually what the guidebook of tarot, sorry, I hope that wasn't too jarring. I just ran into the microphone and the stand that my camera's on. But the Tarot of the Divine guidebook, let's see what it says. Nines are also about like completing and ancestral support. So I feel like your ancestors are included in this group of guides that is protecting you and providing for you, is what I'm hearing. They're presiding over you. Okay, so this is Vasilisa the Beautiful. Okay, so more about beauty. This is from Russia, as a Russian fairy tale. The Nine of Wands represents weathering the battle sent by her wicked stepmother to the door of the witch Baba Yaga. Vasilisa, the Beautiful, stays resilient. She endures, there's that word again, Baba Yaga's impossible trials. She is wary and cautious, but also hopeful. Upright is about fatigue, persistence, gathering strength, wounds, and resilience. So yeah, this focus is helping you to focus not just on getting out of the situation that you're in, but also focusing on being present in the situation that you are finding yourself within. Amber is all about perseverance, preservation. And I think that there's a bit of your innocence that is like, and the innocence as in like the part of you that still like kind of believes in magic, that's your guides are wanting you to preserve at this time, to keep safe, to keep sacred. Even if you, like in this story, Vasilisa, she's sent by her stepmother, so somebody who's supposed to be, you know, protecting her and loving her and nurturing her, maybe even saw her as competition or something, sent her away, or as a bother, as a nuisance within the home, sent her away to face this like mother of death, basically, this feminine principle of decay, a consuming mother type figure. So some of you may be facing things around that, like, that came up in another group, but it feels a little different here. It feels like, there's an aspect of, like, greed from a mother figure, or an insatiability. So it's a little different. I feel like the focus is allowing yourself to have dreams, allowing yourself to have wants, to have desires, and to also like feel deserving of acting upon those desires. It's like forgiving but not forgetting with the raven energy. Let's see what your final message is from your spirit guides. And we have the Merlin, alchemy, justice, and balance. So yes, this is about alchemizing the experience of pain, the experience of confusion, the experience of feeling powerless as well, because the Merlin is about balancing and surrendering into the earth experience, what's dictated, like the parameters that are dictated to us, but creating an authority and autonomy within that structure of maybe limitation. And so it's that balance, justice, the give and take, and about individuating and creating a sense of personal identity that is outside of the injustice, outside of the stress, outside of the victimization. Outside of maybe even oppression, because for some of you, if it's not having to do with family life or anything, it can be that like you're feeling collective stress, feeling collective desire for focus and redirecting the awareness, the intentions. It's interesting because all three of these readings were different, but they related. So thanks if you were here through the entire reading. I'm so grateful to have read for you today. I want to thank your guides. I want to thank my guides, every other being in the universe that brought us into this reading. If you are interested in a personal service, a personal reading, that will be at my website in the description below. Otherwise, I will see you in another reading, my friend. Bye.